gonna start our brake test. Mr. Chuck has chopped our tires already. So the first thing that you're going to do is turn your bus into the run position. So everything is still on, it's just not running. The first thing that you're going to do is release your parking brake. You should lose no more than 3 psi in 1 minute. Would you like to time me? We're going to pretend it's been a minute. The next thing that you do is firmly place your foot on the service brake. You should lose no more than 2 psi. Would you like to time me? Now I'm going to pump my service brake, and in between 60 and 70 psi, my low indicator alarm will sound. In between 20 and 40, my parking brake will release or engage, however you want to say it. Now, this completes my low air pressure test. The next portion of my brake test is the air brakes. I have to build my air brake pressure back up, so I'm going to start my bus, let the gauges do their sweep. Now my low air alarm is sounding. I'm going to place my foot on the accelerator, and I'm going to accelerate about anywhere between 12 and 1300 RPMs. In between 60 and 70, my low air pressure alarm will shut off. Now that that has shut off, I'm going to continue to accelerate until my air tanks reach about 115. Once they reach about 115 psi, I can then release the accelerator. My secondary is filling up quicker than my primary. So right about here is 115. I'm going to let off the accelerator, and it should reach 125 on its own within 45 seconds. So once it reaches 125, you will hear the release of air. That is your indicator that you have completed the air brake portion. There you go. I have completed the air brake portion of my brake test. My next portion of my brake test is my parking brake portion. I want to make sure that my parking brake will hold. So I'm going to place my foot on my service brake, put it into drive, then I'm going to put my foot on the accelerator, and I'm going to give it some gas, and it's not moving. Let off the accelerator, move it into neutral, do the same thing. You're going to go through every gear, down into third, second, and first. My bus has not moved, so my parking brake is holding. Put it back into neutral. This release finishes the parking brake portion of my brake test. The next portion is my service brake. In order to do the service brake, you have to remove the chocks from the tire. Now, as we all know, you are not allowed to leave your bus running if you are not in the seat. So here you can ask the examiner, would you like for me to keep it running? She will give you permission to leave it running, so all you have to do is run outside and remove the chocks. If you do not ask her, you will fail. I'm going to open the door. Okay, Mr. Chuck has removed those. So now I'm going to do the service brake. I'm going to put my foot firmly on the service brake. I'm going to put it into drive, release my parking brake, and then I'm going to drive about 5 miles per hour And then I'm going to come to a complete stop, putting it back into neutral and setting the parking brake. And that completes all portions of your brake test.